So, all right, folks. So, welcome. This is our joint health and balance class. So, let's go ahead and start on our chair, and then from there we'll go into some balance work on our feet, and then some. I want to do some standing stretches just so we could be a little bit more on our feet today. But as you get more people rolling in, we'll maybe spend the first 10 minutes on our chair, and then we'll rise and go with the rest of the class on our feet. Okay. So let's just start by just looking left to right, just stretching out our neck. We're getting more folks coming in. My apologies if there's confusion with the 9:40. Um, I'll make sure the dates that the class will start at 9:40 are on the front page, but I'll make sure to send announcements next time. Up and down. Morning, Maria. All right, let's go ahead and do some neck circles. Gently stretch our neck. Switch directions. All right, let's go ahead and center our left hand. Let's bring our right hand over our left ear and allow that weight of our arm to stretch our neck. All right, let's switch. I like your background picture, Mr. Ahmed. Looks really nice. Let's bring that right arm across. Good morning, Debbie. Hey, we got someone live. Morning, Miss Wynn. We're just gonna start some of our stretches here on the chair, and then we'll transition to standing exercises and stretches in the next 10 minutes or so. We'll switch. So yeah, so this week at Long Beach we have on spring break, and then Santa Ana, it's holiday on Monday, Cesar Chavez Day, observance. So yeah, so this week almost felt like spring break again. Well for here, but spring break for Santa Ana, at least for this class, and from what I understand, the active adult classes and some online classes is next week. So, so yeah, so I'll see you guys not until, we won't see each other next week, but the week after. So let's just bring that arm back and push down on that elbow. Switch. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of our backrest, the side of our chair. Just rotate our torso gently to the right. Switch sides. All right, performance stretch. So right heel on that left knee. Our Easter egg hunt got rained on, so we're gonna have one this Saturday here. So celebrating Easter all week. Right, slight push down on that right knee, adding a little bit of pressure. Let's go ahead and bring that knee up. Just hug it out. Just feel that on that performance muscle. Let's go ahead and switch. Hey, Kathleen. Already in April. It's wild. Later next month, so late May, we already start with summer classes. Right, slight push on that left knee. Bring that knee up. Just hug it. All right, very good. So now we're gonna transition to some standing balance exercises as well as some stretches. So just keep your chair nearby because we will be using it. So, right. So we're just you have your shoes on or take them off if you like. I'm just gonna keep mine on. So we're just gonna stand still here for about 20 seconds. Start the timer. Just here, stand still, feet close together. The easy one, Romberg stance here. Let's look left to right. Just from left to right. All right, Kathleen. Right, up and down. All right. Now we're gonna do a slow high knee march. Just actually that's kind of fast. So yeah, slow it down. So go as high as you can. Just drive that knee as high as you can and back down. Okay, so now what I want you to do is we're just gonna stand here and I want you to slide your foot back as far as you can, then slide it forward as far as you can with your heel up. Okay, so back on your toes and forward on your heels. So we're just kind of shifting our weight a little bit. I'm having a slight bend on my standing knee, on my standing leg. A slight bend at that knee as I'm shifting. Okay. And that gives you a little bit of a squat motion. So you might feel a little pull, so strengthening going on there. So now we're going to do the opposite leg. So we'll do about 5 back and then 5 forward. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and then just kind of work a little bit on our shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder circles. Just rotate them forward, down, back. Reverse. Now let's go backwards. All right, very good. What I want you to do is find the corner or the edge of a doorway or of a large furniture piece. So I have my shelves here. So what I'm gonna do is this is gonna stretch out it's stretch for your chest. So hands extended, I'm parallel to it, and then what I'm gonna do is just turn my torso to my right. Okay, so I'm turning all my body, and that arm stays still. So now I'm should feeling a pull coming this way. Okay, so I go from here, facing forward, to turning to my side. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and we're just gonna hold that for about 20 seconds. I feel it by my bicep quite a bit, a little bit by my underarm. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other leg or the other arm. So coming this way here, facing opposite from my head, and then turning to my left. All right, great. Okay, don't go too far from that area. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab our chair. If your hip mobility isn't too great or we're still working on it, I want you to use have the seat facing you. So we're gonna use that as a kind of like as a guide to keep us over. And if your hip joint is a little bit more flexible, then you could rotate it so we could have a little bit more elevation. Okay. So what we're gonna do pretty much is hold on to that piece of furniture or wall that we're holding on to, and we're just gonna go over here and then backwards. Okay, so just working on that hip joint. So again, if that backrest is too high, then use the area where you sit on. Just doing some leg swings. So about two more in each direction. And with these, we don't want to drop our torso too much because if we start leaning too much, then that kind of changes the purpose. So, all right, now we're gonna switch legs. This way. All righty, very good. All right, quick little water break. We're 25 minutes into the class. Quick little water break. We'll continue shortly. All right. All right. So now we're gonna go with our tandem stance. Okay. So tandem stance. If you folks are back, I'll give some of you. I'll give everyone a few more seconds. Alrighty. So tandem stance. We're gonna go with right foot in front of our left. Okay. Just kind of again another 30 seconds here. Yeah, we've been keeping Julian home um, as well, just because he's kind of recovering too from his little sickness. If you just showed up in the last 10, 15 minutes, I was just mentioning how I ended up sick and had to cancel last week. Still recovering from that, but yeah, I took him to PetSmart yesterday because our fish tank was looking pretty sad. But let's look left to right. So we pretty much our fish tank has it's a little small one, 10 gallons, but it has this little castle thing that very I guess a nocturnal fish just hangs out in there, never comes out. Left to right, and then up and down, and then there's the two Placo fishes, which are those sucker fishes, and they're kind of boring because they don't move; they just kind of sit on in one place. So if you look at our fish tank, sometimes you don't see anything; it's just water. So took them to PetSmart yesterday and bought some goldfish. They're about 20 cents each one, so we bought 10 of them. Um, but yeah, I guess he thought he was gonna be able to hold them in his hand and play with them. Um, so when he saw that they were going into the fish tank, he got really upset with me. Right, so now when we're here, we're gonna close our eyes. Just remember, if you don't feel safe, separate your feet. Make sure you open your eyes as well. Again, you might feel your ankles shaking a little bit, your arches burning. Maybe your toes are trying to grab onto the floor, grip the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just relax. Let's elevate that back leg slightly, about an inch off the ground. So over here, just elevating slightly. So yeah, so you having a nice father-son moment at PetSmart. And then when we come home, he was really upset at me because I didn't let him hold the actual fish in his hand. So I think he'll figure it out. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just gonna bring it up to a high knee in that back position. Again, this is really gonna test our balance. There I go to my right. So let me just get up. He's feeling better today. We might take him to nuts. Very good. All right, that leg could get a little bit tiresome. So now, similar back to that doorway, we're gonna continue with the shoulder pec stretch. So now what I'm gonna do is just kind of place. Oh, let me show you what I'm actually talking about. So I'm gonna place my forearm from my elbow to my wrist, my palm resting on it, and then now I'm gonna rotate. So you should feel it a little bit more. Just turning. Feel it on that back side too. Before I forget, you also want to have your elbow at the same height as your shoulder. Okay, so make sure it's not dropped. Make sure it's a little bit higher. Return. Okay. Can switch. Forearms here, same height, and then turn. Alrighty, good. All right, we got one more tandem stance. So now it's left foot in front of our right. And then after that, we'll do a little bit more of the active work, which is as slow pace as this is. So left foot in front of our right. Supposedly, it's supposed to rain on Friday too, so in case you're planning anything that day. Right, up and down. Right, left to right.
Julio,
Yes,
I have two solutions for Julia.
tell me. Let's
Go
close our eyes.
go to the supermarket and buy a fish, una mojarra, and show
Uh-oh.
it to him. Or,
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about his cold.
oh
I
no, about the fish.
was like, how's the is the fish gonna make his cold feel better? Okay, yeah,
And, okay. Or go to Manhattan Beach and there is a
and
little
open your eyes.
uh,
So let's go back and then to behind you.
aquarium and you can touch the fishes there.
Yeah, I've been to some of those fish markets. He's funny because we have a there's a couple lizards that hang out on our back fence on our wall, and they come out during the day when it's sunny.
Mhm.
So he always tries to catch them, but they're about a foot long, and
Oh.
but yeah, but he goes after them, and they just kind of run away. And the
Mhm.
other day, I managed to get one that was about 3 inches long, and I got it in my hands, and I actually have the video, so I'll show you near the end of the class.
Okay.
But yeah, but it was I put it on his hand, and he got freaked out by it. Uh,
Right. So,
excuse me, 1 second. All right. So another stretch that you could do with your chair for your hamstrings is, and only do it if your chair doesn't have wheels and it's fully, it's not gonna move. You trust it. So you could just kind of go here, you're upright, and then you could just kind of shift forward and then back. This would be more ideal with like a solid bench, something that's not gonna move. Maybe the edge of your couch. If you have a couch, so you could just go here. So you should feel that. As you're leaning forward, you might feel it down on your calf, on this calf, or you might feel it right here. And then as you're extending, you might feel it closer to the underside. So that stretch should kind of shift the motion, well, the sensation of where the stretch is going to be. Okay. Then switch. You could do it with the step too. If you have a couple steps, the front door of your house, or leaning to a second floor. Next, with the same chair, we're gonna place a leg out here. We usually do this one on the floor when we're kneeling, and then we extend the leg out, and then we kind of lean forward. So same idea. So we're here, and then we're just gonna lean forward here. You should feel it on that inside. And again, you only want to do this with the safe equipment. Let's switch. So now we either flip our position, face that way, or you could just rotate your chair. We're pretty much just gonna switch legs, so. Or Debbie, you could also face the wall behind you and then yeah, just flip it too, depending you have. I'm gonna be doing a Spartan race later next month, so been trying to compose these workouts with my friends, and a lot of the penalties if you don't complete an obstacle. There's 30 obstacles. The penalty is 30 burpees. So I'm sure there's gonna be some obstacles that I don't get through. Um, so yeah, so I've been trying to practice burpees a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes. So all right, we're gonna walk the tightrope. So find the longest stretch in your room. It might be a diagonal stretch, and we're just gonna walk the tightrope. So one foot in front of the other. We'll do this for about a minute. Just one foot in front of the other. And if your balance is really good, then go ahead and get on your tippy toes. And then once you go there, I'm gonna go in reverse. About 20 more seconds. All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and find a stick or a foam roller. Let's stretch our shoulders. The pinata stick here. So we could just kind of hold it up front and then just kind of go up, down. And let's bring it right in front of our chest and then just go left to right. All right, now let's go on that left shoulder. So let's start working that left section, left shoulder, bring that up. Let's go 30 degrees. $60. 90, right in front of you. All right, let's go towards the back. Okay, let's go right shoulder. Is it 30? 60? $90? Right, to the back. Back behind the back. Let's go up and down. Now let's raise them up. So very good. All right. Let's work a little bit more on balance. Put that pull away. Here we're gonna do standing hip openers. Okay, so just working on our hip joint, also working on balance. All right, so we're gonna do 8 on each leg. So drive that knee up, goes out and down. And make sure your torso is facing forward the entire time. We said 8 on each leg. So knee drive forward and out, down. 2 more on each leg. We'll finish off with some floor exercises. Okay. Before we go on the floor, let's go with the deep squat. So just really drop down, upright. I was showing one of my athletes who just turned 20 years old over the weekend. She has like lower back pain, and I was showing her stretches, and this was one of them to kind of open up the hips. And she couldn't believe that I could get down this low. She's like, "How are you doing that?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Yeah, I can't open my hips like that or drop my hips low." And I don't know. I guess after doing this stretch with these classes for the last 4 or 5 years now, it's really improved my hip mobility. So kind of nice to think that my hips are a little bit more mobile than a 20-year-old. So, all right. So we'll finish off on the floor with some back exercises or stretches. So set up your yoga mat. As we're doing that, I'll find that video of the lizard with Julian. Let me find it real quick. What's this? I'll find it right now. So, right, our first stretch, we're just gonna lay on our side. So lay on our side. Then we're gonna bring our top leg as far back as we can. Go as far back as you can, and then drop it once you can't go anymore. And then we're gonna go forward, swinging that leg forward as far as you can, and then dropping it. Can't find it. All right. Now what we're gonna do is bring your top leg, bring that knee as high as you can. Just hold it. All right. Very good. All right, we're gonna switch sides. I think that video is on my wife's phone. I couldn't find it. So again, we're gonna bring that leg as far back as we can. All right, now forward. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and have our legs or arms extended. We're in a sit-up position, and we're gonna do knee drops. So knee drops, we're just gonna go ahead and drop the knees to the side, and then switch here. We're gonna do 10 on each side. Right, so get a little bit more mobility now. We're gonna elevate our heels 90 degrees and try to do that now. Okay, so should allow for a little bit more range of motion. All right, let's get on our face down. We're get on our bellies. All right, and we're just gonna rest on our elbows. Now let's get on our hands for our elbows for cobra stretch. All right, from there, bring your glutes all the way to your heels. And reach forward with your hands. From there, what I want you to do is bring your right hand and scoot over to quadruped position. So that means knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Bring your right hand through your left underarm. Just reach. Once you get there, you could drop on your shoulders and just hold. And reset. All right, we're gonna switch. So let's go to the opposite. On our fours, we're gonna go with our cat-cow stretch. Okay, so again, arch up, arch down, exhale, inhale, up, exhale, and do a total of 10 of each. Alrighty. All right, folks, that will do it for today. Take this away. And, any questions before we head out? Just again, reminder, next week is spring break for Santa Ana. So if you have any other online classes with other instructors, probably won't be meeting next week. So, but yeah, any questions? No questions. So you guys enjoy yourselves.
So, Julio, so
Yes.
next week no classes?
Right, yeah, so that's on spring break for Santa Ana. So yeah, we were told Monday was Cesar Chavez Day.
Yeah.
So this week is kind of just regular week, just with one holiday, and then next week is spring break, and then we pretty much go straight until summer. So yeah,
So
which
see you
see
the
you guys if you're on my Monday class. I'll see
Mhm.
you again on the 15th. So
Okay.
make sure you
Okay,
folks,
cool.
yep. So make sure you folks stay active in the next 12 days. So, all right, all right, folks.
You're gonna
Enjoy.
show us a blizzard
I'll see you
video.
soon. Take care.
Feel better.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.